Okay gang, this will probably be my last video for this section. So I want to do one where we actually evaluate the derivative. So this is the function. Notice it's implicit because the y is blended in, it's not isolated. Also notice that you have a variable times a variable, which means you're going to have to use the product rule. Alright, so here we go with the derivative. So first times the derivative of the second piece. Now notice when you do the derivative of this piece, it's two layers. The outer layer is the trig, the inner layer is the y. So we're going to use chain rule. So derivative of the outer layer, keeping the inner layer the same, that's the derivative of the cos. Now the derivative of the y is dy dx or y prime. So that's first under the second, now plus second times derivative of first equals 0. Okay, so we have to isolate dy dx. Let me just add like a simplification step here. I'm just going to move this to the other side because it's negative. And we have to separate these terms. Alright, now I have to get dy dx by itself, so I'm going to divide off the x and the sign. I'm just going to move the dy dx like just mirror this. Now if you notice, they are both y's, cosine y, sine y, so a nice way to write this would be to say tangent, no. When you write it a nice way, you got to get it correct. Cotangent of y over x. So that's another way to think about it if you'd like. Actually, since we're plugging in, this might be a lot easier for most people in this format, but whichever one you like is good. Alright, so this is the derivative, whichever form you're leaving it in. And now I want you to evaluate it at this xy coordinate. So remember, this is the slope. Alright, what is this? This is pi over 3. Okay. Cosine of pi over 3 over x sine pi over 3. Alright, you guys know how I roll. I like my triangle. Pi over 3 is 60 degrees. Okay, so cosine of 60 degrees is 1/2 adjacent over hypotenuse. X they're giving us as a 2 sine opposite over hypotenuse. Alright. So 1 over 2 radical 3, or if you rationalize it, radical 3 over 6. Either of these are fine. You don't have to rationalize it, right? If you rationalize it, you multiply up and down by radical 3. Alright gang, so this is the slope at this point on this function. So my big point, oops, this I should have written a half, 2 when we were plugging in earlier. Okay. My big point that I'm trying to make here is that the derivatives now will be a function of both x and y. And please, when you plug into both variables. I just, for some reason, my brain skipped that. So plug into everybody. I should not have skipped over the x here. Okay, gang. That's a wrap. I will catch you. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.